Hello there, welcome. You read the title, so you know exactly what you're getting. I want to talk about how I make these videos really quick. So, the app I use to draw, Ibis Paint, so it has this feature where you can, um, see a time lapse of your drawing. And what I do is I press the screen record button and I just record the time lapse as it plays. Now, it's not really the best way to do these videos now that I think about it. I really should just record myself drawing, but I just haven't really thought about that until recently. Here's another thing. So according to the app, this drawing took 13 hours to do, according to the app. And that's pretty wild too, because this isn't even like a complicated drawing. But I think I know what happened with that. So what happened? I'm not really okay. So I'm not like a skilled artist. Like I'm still kind of like an amateur. I'm still learning, still just messing around, doing whatever. And so what happened was instead of just like drawing, I kind of just stared at the canvas, just thinking about how I want this to look instead of like drawing it out. Which explains the pretty long pauses of why you're not really seeing anything happen right now. So, but anyway, that's a big mistake. Don't ever do that. Don't ever just stare at the canvas. Just draw something. Draw anything. It's really better that way. Yeah, another reason why you're not really seeing much happen is because, so, again, I draw in Ibis Paint, and there's like this feature where you can undo what you did, and I do that a lot in my drawings. But when you do that, it doesn't show up in the time lapse, which is another reason why I think just recording myself drawing like in real time would be better than just like recording the time lapse play. Also, another thing about this drawing, I started this drawing like back in. So when you just saw like a head and a body and legs, like that was back in 2025. And what you're seeing now is me drawing, like, I think it was like last week. I don't know why. I kind of just stopped working on this drawing. I neglected it, and I wanted to finish it. So what you're seeing right now is me finally touching the canvas after like almost maybe like half a year of neglecting it and everything. So while drawing this, like sometimes making a mistake in art, like it actually makes it look a little better. Like with one of the legs, I kind of meant to do it like I tried to make it look symmetrical, but I think it's better that like I made a mistake and made it look like not symmetrical. It actually looked better in the end product. So yeah, I don't know. I think Bob Ross said something like that. But again, Master Oogway, there are no accidents. We're just gonna have to use that instead of whatever Bob Ross said because I genuinely don't remember, and right now I don't want to go look up what he said. Here's another thing I just remembered. So, like when you have a YouTube channel and you're making videos, you can see the analytics, and you can also see the retention time. So, for my 20 vids, 20 subscribers video, like I could see that people were skipping throughout the video. I think they just wanted to see the drawing. They didn't actually want to hear me yap for 10 minutes, and that's understandable. If you came to see art, then yeah, you're just gonna stick around for the art, and once you get the art, once you get what you want, yeah, you're gonna leave. That's kind of a shame though, because like I really don't want people skipping around my videos. It kind of feels like a little I don't know, like a thing in relationships that people do nowadays. They want a little action, they get the action, then they take off. little smash and dash, you'd say. uh, anyway, don't ever do that. That's it's a scummy thing to do. Anyway, yeah, hands. Hands were annoying to draw. Hands were a pain to draw. It took most of this drawing was hands. Oh, I also learned how to utilize layers because if you can see the joint, you can see that the joint of the arm, it's a bit more lighter than everything else. And that's because like I was trying to do that thing where artists do, they draw lightly, then they press down harder. That's pretty much what I was doing. Yeah, I really should have started using layers a lot sooner. It would have saved me like a lot. It would have saved me a lot of trouble. It would have saved me a lot of time. But yeah, drawing hands, it was kind of weird. As you can see, oh, that looks awful. That looks awful. Oh, quite the journey I'm going on. At first it's awful, and now, I just started like on another drawing too. It's not on digital, but I think I'll post that. But I did it on paper. So the best I could do is just take a picture of it. Actually, here's what I could do. I could post a picture of that. I don't know what I'm... Actually, no, never mind. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I don't want to do a YouTube post on it. Like, this is YouTube, not Instagram. I don't want to just do that thing where you post things, but not as videos. Like, that's sort of an Instagram thing. Actually, now that I think about it, here's what I could do. So, the drawing... It's kind of like I was trying to redraw. I was drawing an OC of mine, and I have another drawing of that OC from like last year. So what I think I could do, I could take a picture of that and my new drawing and do that. Look at my art before, now here it is now. You know that? You've seen those videos? I'm sure you have. Because you're watching an art video. So if you're watching an art video, then it's likely that you've seen those videos where this is how my drawings used to look. Here's how they look now. Here's how they look now. Look how good I've gotten. I drew this drawing when I was 14. Now here's my art now. You know those. I'm sure you know those. But if not, then I don't know. Good for you, I guess. Actually, not good for you because the drawings are pretty good. I've seen them before. They are really good. I really gotta say, lately it's been, like, hectic for me. I know this is a little personal. I really don't want to get into detail about it, but I could. I really don't expect anyone to, be watching or listening or be engaged up until this part, because where I am now, 21 subscribers, not a lot of like attention to the videos, as I can see through the video analytics. I could really just do whatever I want, and like no one's really gonna know that I said it, because they skip through like half the video just because oh no, I don't want to see this random guy yap for 20 minutes. I want to see this art. But yeah, I really do hope people like this art. Maybe I could do better, though. I could do better. I'm gonna maybe I'll draw this again sometime in the future. But like maybe not like for my next drawing. Like I want to get around to drawing all the OCs I've thought of. And I really don't want to do that thing where it's like I put this thing off for that thing. I do that with TV too. Like I put this show off to watch that show or that movie, and then I just end up not getting that show done. That's pretty much why it took me like a year to finish Invincible when it was still like 2 seasons long. Yeah, that's pretty wild, I know. Okay, I got off topic. I got off topics. I was supposed to get personal. Um, yeah, it's been a hectic month. It's been busy. It's been kind of stressful. Also kind of heavy. It's like I'm dealing with this. I got work to do, but at the same time, I have to deal with this. And then, oh, hey, another problem. And then I want to do this thing. I want to plan for that. And it's like, I don't know, it's been kind of a mess. I'm kind of a mess right now. It's been getting better, though. It's been getting better, you know? Not to be that guy, but reading the Bible helps, you know? Maybe you should try that. Give it a try, give it a whirl. It's But I gotta say, reading the Bible, it's not boring. Like sometimes it's pretty I really don't know how to describe it. It's a liberating experience reading the Bible. And sometimes it's like, "Oh wow, that's pretty cool." Like I want to think of an example. So, you know what? Just watch The Prince of Egypt. Just watch that movie. Watch The Prince of Egypt and you'll see what I mean. Now, I gotta say, The Prince of Egypt, it's not like 100% accurate, I think, but I think it nailed like the whole point of what was happening in the book of Exodus pretty well. And it was such a good movie too. It was a beautiful movie. Like it looked beautiful, the writing was beautiful. Um the music was beautiful. I gotta say, it was a good movie. Watch it. Go watch it. Even if you're not like a religious person, it's still a good movie to watch. Actually, there's another thing that's like, so I want to talk about like Hazbin Hotel too. I know that's not. It kind of has like a similar problem with the Prince of Egypt. Like it's not 100% accurate, but with the Prince of Egypt, it's like these things here and there, and the general idea, the general events were pretty accurate. But for Hazbin Hotel, it's just everything is inaccurate, like so inaccurate. That's like my only problem with the show. That is just so is grossly inaccurate. Like, it just needs like a rewrite or something. Maybe like in a different setting. It's a good show. You know, good music, good characters, a good premise. You know, these people of the lower class, they want to get into the better place, the better city, the better town, but the upper guys, the upperclassmen, guys, they want these filth, as they would label them. They want these people to stay where they're at because they think they're unworthy to be with them, and they really don't have any good reasons why. It's it's classic classism thing. And yeah, it's a good premise. It's just like it's the setting that I have a problem with. And another thing, if you're not 100% accurate from the source material, then that's fine. But when the source material is something like the Bible, then it's like, dude, this thing is sacred. Do you know how highly people view this thing? Do you know how sacred this book is? And you're just rewriting it all? I think maybe Vizzy Pop or whatever her name is, like the creator, I think she was trying to do like a commentary on like how some Christians are, because I've seen the show, The Angels, they're like in Hazbin Hotel, they're like they can't give like a single reason why the people in hell deserve to be in hell and why um the people in heaven deserve to be in heaven. I think maybe it's a commentary on like that type of situation, or it could just be the creator. I don't know. The show could just be like what the creator thinks heaven and hell is like. All right, I want to talk a bit more about the drawing. Oh, it's coming along quite nicely. I think I'm just about done here. All I need to do is like, I think at this point I'm just finishing up like the head, hair, and the eyes. All I got is like not much else to do. But anyway, yeah, this drawing is of another OC, so I call him Charlie. He's pretty much like a boogeyman of some sorts. Well, a boogeyman actually. it's kind of like, I think I've mentioned this before. I have like this whole story, this whole world planned out in my head, but I just haven't really. It's enough material for like writing a book or like a fanfic or whatever. Writing a book, making a show, but yeah, I could do that. I kind of want to do that. Maybe I'll get around to it. But as of right now, it's just yeah, all I got is drawings. All I got are OCs. Maybe in like future videos, you'll see what this world looks like. I really hope I really get around to that too. A little more about Charlie. He's supposed to be pretty much like a monster, a boogeyman, skinwalker, or whatever. Pretty much just pretending to be like a regular guy. But as you can see, he's not a regular guy. Um, he's pretty much like a shapeshifter. I think like you could think of it like the shapeshifter from Gravity Falls. Speaking of Gravity Falls, I actually took some inspiration from Gravity Falls, not from the shapeshifter, but from the Summerween trickster. I think it's from like his personality, demeanor, and the voice too. Like if I would imagine how Charlie would sound like, I would imagine he sounds like the Summerween trickster, or maybe I would imagine, or maybe he would sound like Wan Shi Tong from Avatar. To be honest, I don't really like develop my characters that much. I think of them for like a bit. I try to develop them, but then I end up moving on to something else. I really should just stick to one thing. But now that I think about it, it's like it's less that I'm not really like this. I'm not really like developing the characters. It's more like I'm realizing what I want their story to be, who I want them to be, who I see them as, who I. It's more like just me, sort of just discovering what I want. I guess. I wonder if that's how like all other. I wonder if that's how other writers just I wonder if that's how other writers make their characters and make their story. I think maybe that reminds me like of the Iron Giant. So like the creator of the Iron Giant, like the idea came to him when like I think his brother got shot. I forgot exactly what happened, but basically when that happened, he thought he got the idea. What if a gun had a mind of its own and what if it didn't want to be a gun like at all? So that's where I got the idea from. I think maybe what I'm experiencing right now is like what other creators experience. Like the idea just comes to you somehow, some way. Now that I think about it, I've kind of modeled these characters to be like these characters are the characters that I think of, the characters that I've made. Like they kind of reflect different aspects of my own life. I don't want to. I'm not gonna explain like how because there's only like a minute and a half left of the video. But yeah, yeah, most of the characters I made, they reflect aspects of my own life. Maybe I should just like animate these characters or something. That's something I've been thinking about for a while. I've said in the past that like I don't know how to animate, but in reality, I know how to animate, but I think maybe I know how to animate. I know how it should work, but at least I think I do. I don't have like all the rules. I don't really have knowledge of all the rules of animation, but I know like how it should be, I think. But it's just if I were to animate, then it wouldn't be like anything like I think it'd just be like decent, maybe I don't know, but I'm gonna give that a try. So expect some like animation later down. Um, I think maybe this year. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, we should be coming about to the end now. Thank you for watching. Bye. See you later.